Oh, nice. So you can like
I,
separate.
I have like a whole bunch of them, but it
Nice.
fits on the back of my phone.
All right. I need to see.
Jurgen would say, "Nice." Now I make sand. The fuck am I gonna get sand?
Desert?
I'm not in the desert. Select max. Do it. It's all right. I'm just making gold bars.
I do.
All right. Now let me make sure the stream looks all right.
I really don't know. Oh, I can make a bridge? Fish trap? Fuck me. Hell yeah. Buy land. Buy land. I don't have enough gold. Damn. 420? 280 game? What kind of shit you fucking.
Are we not? We're live, right?
Hell, I know. I'm just talking to two sexy motherfuckers.
I have no idea. I'll check. I'll see.
It looks like we are. That's
on YouTube?
It says
It's on
live
YouTube?
on YouTube.
Check it out.
One watching. Nerds Gone Rogue episode. Whoops. 159.
Yeah, we're live now.
Are we?
It's not pulling up.
Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't. I need to have Discord open. There we go. Oh no. No. There we go. Okay. There we go. We'll put you there. We'll put you here. Okay. Do we look sexy or do we look sexy?
Well, there's you and I are in the box that says Moose's name.
Wait.
Oh wait, no, you're moving it. The delay. There we go.
Is there a delay? How bad is the delay?
There's a delay. It's about 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
We are sexy, looking good. Look at that stream.
Oh, hey, you're live, Waze. Hey, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
What's up?
Yo.
Yo, motherfucker.
Mother Humper. Chat.
Switch to
Hold on.
my
chat over here.
We're gonna move this up here.
Sexy, and dead sexy.
Nice. We appreciate that, sir. How are you today?
I'm pretty sure he's talking about him.
Mr. Marshall. Yeah. I mean, he could be.
Whoops. Yo.
Yo.
That's me.
I wish I could, I wish I knew how to minimize the fucking chat window to the left in Discord to make the, actual call bigger without making it take up the whole screen.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
So, you look to the left, and I've got, all my friends and stuff, and I'm like, I don't need to see all that. I just want to talk to you guys right now. I mean, I wish I could.
And then if you maximize it, you take out the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I can't see the chat.
Okay.
I know we saw that, Marshall. Good job, man. GG.
Congratulations, man.
As they like to say.
And deleted it.
I played an hour and a half more of it, and then I deleted it off my Switch because there's more important things to download on that thing. So I'm going to grab a beverage, and then we can start.
Okay.
Oh, I need to start recording. God, that would be bad. Okay.
All right, let's go. What do you mean pop out? Can you pop out the call?
No.
He's talking about the chat.
I thought he was talking about Wolfenstein.
I don't know.
I are ready.
All right. Shit, I'm not.
I gotta close Facebook, and it's just gonna be us chilling in this little chat. I'm good. I'm good whenever y'all are. Yeah, if you're talking about the YouTube chat, I've already popped it out. But what I'm saying is, like, I want to make the conversation I'm having with them. Yeah, like if I click the full screen thing, I can't see the chat. So I can see the chat for YouTube. It's all right. I really don't. I mean, I already know what these chuckleheads look like, so it's not like it's a huge problem.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't like looking at me? I have to keep you open. I have to look at you guys the
I love
whole
you.
time.
I love you both to death, but it's all good.
I'm very excited. I ordered a new streaming capture card today, or 2 days ago.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Thunder on the mountain and the fires on the moon. There's ruckus in the alley, and the sun will be here soon. Today's the day I'm gonna grab my trombone and blow. Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue, episode 159. My name is Matthew Keel, alongside my bros. Moose, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm well. Corey, Double Legend, how are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. I appreciate when you ask me how I'm doing, because then I get to tell you how I'm doing. It makes me feel better.
I do like how it changes every couple of minutes on these calls, depending on the status of the stream.
Well, look, I mean, we're trying something new here.
We are.
So I apologize for
It might be a shit show just for a little bit.
Nope.
It's
gonna be good. Nope.
You say shit show. I say Nerds Gone Rogue. So
I say character, sir.
Anyway, you can find everything we do, nerdsgonerogue.com, youtube.com/nerdsgonerogue. You can join our Discord. Go to Discord, search Nerds Gone Rogue. You find us. I know, I've done it. That's how I became a member. Also, facebook.com/groups/Nerds Gone Rogue community. That's how you can interact with us. Moose, you can find at SVHENN on Twitter and every other social media platform under whatever deity you choose to believe in.
Whatever I want to be.
You can find Corey at Corey in HD 713 on Twitter, Corey in HD everywhere else except for PlayStation, where he is Rogue Spartan 4, and he has decided to light up the Mixer train.
I did. I lit it up.
And he's giving away a game through his Mixer once he gets 100 subscribers, correct?
Well, here's the thing. I have to get to 100, and then if I get to 100... Okay, so basically the deal is... I wasn't really planning on plugging this here, but since you brought it up. Mixer.com/CoreyInHD. If I can get 100 subscribers by the time Borderlands 3 comes out, I will be giving it away on that Thursday before the game comes out, so you can have it downloaded and ready to go.
Cool.
And if I get 150 followers on Mixer, it will be the digital deluxe edition, which comes with all the DLC and that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, all the best to you, sir. I hope it happens.
I do too. It's been a weird journey the last couple days, I guess. Thursday.
Speaking of giving away games, you know who else is giving away a game?
We are.
We're giving away Astral Chain, Platinum Square joint. Yeah. So what you need to do, you need to subscribe to us on whatever podcast feed or YouTube you choose to do. You can send us a screenshot of your subscription to our email, which is nerdsgonerogue@gmail.com. If you write a review on said subscription service, that gives you an additional entry. So you can get up to 4. So you could do what were the 4 again, Corey? I forget.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Twitch, but we're not really streaming there right at the moment. So
not yet.
No, I have to.
Okay.
I have to figure a lot of things out. So Twitch, YouTube, podcast service of choice, and your rating/review on your podcast service of choice. So
yes,
all those things.
Now, Also, we answer questions every single show. Email your questions, nerdsgonerogue@gmail.com, or you can ask us at all the outlets I've mentioned thus far. I'm not going to repeat them again because I'll just be stuck in an endless loop if I do. Gentlemen, y'all playing some games this week?
Yeah, playing a lot of games.
Cool.
A lot
You
of
go, sir.
games.
Let's not talk about it just yet because I want to talk about that Nintendo thing that happened today.
Ooh. All right.
I know this isn't the
I think we're in the same boat here. Let's talk.
I know this isn't the NX show, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to cannibalize that content, but I will say this: that Nintendo Indie World thing. If that wasn't
fantastic,
if that wasn't the hey, this is why the Switch is such a great goddamn console. If you don't have one, you're kind of missing out. I don't know what is.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about it? Because I know you are less indie curious than Moose and I are.
To be 100% honest with you, I don't even know what happened today. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't watch it at all. I didn't.
This guy.
Yeah. So I all I know is that I guess Ori and the Blind Forest is coming to Switch at some point.
Yes. Which is amazing.
That's
cool.
All I know, and then people kept sending me that fake image that was thrown around that you could use your Xbox One controller on your Switch, and I had to correct like probably 25 people today and say that was fake. You really can't do that. So, what else happened today?
That's funny. Bagel tried to tell me about that today, and I'm like, no, I think you're wrong, dude.
Also,
did he just go?
Also, I heard that show.
Well, you've met Bagel. He goes more like a.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
Go ahead, Corey.
Sorry to interrupt you, Corey.
No, I also realized that Shovel Knight was also not a part of the direct thing or Indie World Showcase thing today either. So
yeah, the cards game that you're looking forward to,
King of Cards Showdown, the literal card game, like all that stuff was not again. But look, Yacht Club has other things they're working on. I know they're publishing a couple under other indie games themselves. I know they have a bunch of Kickstarter goals to still fulfill, and so I mean, look, they can take their time. I'm just kind of surprised that this thing was supposed to be out in April and they haven't really said a lick about it since the release date has come and gone. So
yeah,
I mean, they've showed it a couple times at like trade shows and stuff, which is fine, like whatever, but I'm just kind of surprised a little bit, but if they need to take longer, it's fine with me. I just I got other games to play.
I mean, you're probably in that same space about that I am about Spelunky 2.
Yeah.
Because Derek said he doesn't think it'll be out this year.
Yeah.
Which I'm on some level I'm like, man, fuck, that sucks. But also like, make the game you want to make. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't force it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I know they're adding a bunch of like other content that wasn't planned initially too. So if they need like that showdown mode, which is basically Shovel Knight Smash Brothers. So I mean, I know that's going to take some time to balance everything because you can actually pick a lot of the characters that may seem a little bit overpowered if you don't balance it correctly. So
yeah.
So it's not just the playable ones. It's like Black Knight, it's Shield Knight, it's basically all I think it's
probably all the mini bosses, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So
which is cool.
Yeah, so just I'm glad we're getting that too because that mode seems cool. But you know what they did announce a release date for today, though?
What?
Blasphemous?
Final Fantasy VIII Remastered and The Witcher 3 on Switch.
Oh, when's Switcher coming out?
October 15th, 2 weeks before Luigi's Mansion.
Wait.
Which is not enough time to beat it before Luigi's Mansion.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Even if you played like 12 hours a day.
Unless you're Jason Marshall, he beat it in 28 hours. So
does it at least look good?
I don't know. Haven't seen it. Don't care. Anyway. Also, like it comes out a week before the Outer Worlds too. So
I like what you. I'm pretty sure it's you that have said this. That if The Witcher works, like that is the argument for all games being on Switch, right?
Yeah.
Like all it has to do is work.
That's true.
Well, that's not 100% true. I want it to play well, right? There are games.
Right, but let me tell you this: if it works on Switch, that's kind of a miracle.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually watching the Switch gameplay trailer of The Witcher right now on Nintendo Life. I'm not sure if this is the Switch version.
That's kind of what I've thought every time I've seen that. I know Digital Foundry did something on that, and they were like, "Yeah, this isn't. I don't think this is what you think it is."
No, I'm saying like it. If this is really the Switch version that I'm watching, it looks pretty incredible.
Right. I'm not saying that.
Oh, I thought you were saying the other way around.
The fact that it looks that good kind of leads me to believe it's not the Switch version.
Well, it says captured on Nintendo Switch.
Okay. I'm not looking at it, so I don't see that.
No, I know. I'm letting you know. Like Nintendo Life says, captured on Nintendo Switch. It says The Witcher 3 on Nintendo Switch is a technical wonder. So, all right. Well, I'll believe it when I play it, and I'll let you guys know.
Yeah. I know you've already claimed to be the one to dive on that grenade. So Godspeed, my friend.
I'm also getting the Outer Worlds on Switch too. So, although I don't know,
I want to get that on Switch.
Although I don't know,
not even joking.
I don't know now because it's going to be on Game Pass day one, which we knew it was coming to Game Pass, but we thought they would give it like a couple months to breathe because it's not technically an Xbox exclusive. But it's coming to Game Pass day one, so sweet.
So back to Indie World. Hotline Miami 1 and 2 are now on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
That's those games are
$24.99
for both of them.
Yeah, for both.
Yeah, it's a
collection. It's not bad because weren't they $20 each?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
were they?
All right, so that makes sense. See, I thought they were originally like 10 each because I probably bought them at $10 each.
Yeah, see, I didn't. I bought them on a sale price. I didn't. Oh, Super Hot's on Switch too.
Yeah, it just dropped $24.99. I think that is. So that's not bad.
Maybe we should revisit this podcast in a half hour now that I can need to watch this.
So I'm gonna throw something out there real quick for the people out there. Anybody who has watched the Nintendo Indie World and has a Switch, and they're like, man, my Switch is getting old. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Just to let you know, GameStop is doing a trade-in. Mm-hmm. Trade all your shit in for your Switch. It's the original stuff that came with it, and just pay an extra $75, and you can upgrade to the newest Switch, which has a way longer battery life. And not only that, but you pay.
It's just portable too, right?
Yes, this is the portable one. So not only that, but you will pay $75 for a newer Switch, which will last you longer. Like mine's 2 years old. Like I bought mine in 2017, and I'm totally doing the trade-in. I would do it right now. The only thing I'm missing for me to trade in is the Joy-Con grip, which I'm kind of like, I want to go to the GameStop and just be like, could you just take it out of the box and keep it? Like, I don't need it. You know what I mean? Like, I have one at home. I'll just swap you one for one. But anyways, it's going on till the 15th of September. So you have plenty of time to do that if you're looking to get better battery life out of your Switch. So I'm just looking to guarantee that mine lasts longer, because there's a lot of good games coming out. So
I mean, I'm kind of lucky. I never find myself in danger of running out of battery life, but I guess because I don't get to play for all that long, or I'm always near an outlet, one of the two. But still, like if people are really concerned about that, definitely go for it. Especially with what else came out of Indie World, like if you've watched this show, or if you've watched Nerds Gone Platinum, you know Moose has mentioned a couple of things besides Bloodborne, Blasphemous and Children of Morta. today we got actual release dates for Blasphemous, both on Switch and PS4, and having like I was not aware of this game until, or no, Children of Morta I was not aware of until you started talking to me about it. Blasphemous, I've been aware of it a little bit because of just other people and a couple of outlets I follow, and that game looks bad fucking ass, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to dive in. We'll probably, I mean, I'm set. I can say I'd get it on Switch, but also like I am deep in the throes of a Binding of Isaac sickness right now, so I don't know how much playtime it'll get there, but you never know, that could change, especially after what I played this week. Also, there were several games that just looked fucking cool. I really liked the look of Earth Knight.
Yes.
Eastward, we mentioned before the start. Eastward looks really cool.
That looks really cool.
Tourist looks really good. There was a game that they presented in a very Ori fashion. Not that it's going to be the same type of game, but they did that sort of like mysterious type of trailer called Roke. I mean,
cool.
this indie world might be the best indie focused direct they've done.
They also showed off Torchlight 2.
Yeah, Torchlight 2,
which is like, that's going to have some co-op. So
I'm happy to see that coming somewhere else, like R.I.P. Runic. That sucks that they're gone, but
yeah,
I'm glad that.
Who's that new team doing the new Torchlight team? Right? Are any of them from Runic at all?
One can hope. I honestly don't know. I mean, I really hope so.
I hope they retain some of them.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, who's doing it now?
The like, what is it like? Is it a battle royale? It's not an MMO, is it?
Torchlight? No.
The newest one.
I don't think so.
I don't fucking know what it is.
I don't remember. Well, like for some reason I know about it, but I don't remember it being announced. But that's just because I'm just waking up and coffee has not kicked in yet. But I hope that there are people who worked on the Torchlight games still involved, because I think that'd probably be the best way to translate a lot of that.
Oh, it's Torchlight Frontiers.
Huh?
It's a free-to-play action role-playing game and third game from the Torchlight series. Developers Extra, ECHTRA Games. Never heard of them. And so far, right now, according to the wiki page, it's Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. And the release date is this year. So I don't know who from the team that did the original Torchlight games made it onto there, but it's obviously it's not Runic. So that sucks. I think, didn't they do Hob?
Did Hob, yeah.
And like that, right after that launched, like the main company was just like, all right, y'all are done.
Yep. We out.
Sucks. Yeah. But.
And then they closed Indie World with Ori September 24th. Is that right? I don't remember the exact release date, but
I thought it was the 26th, the same as Blasphemous. But if it's the
very well could be. I'm just guessing. I'm excited for that game because it is there. It was like for Xbox exclusives. It was that, Cuphead, and Sunset Overdrive, and then with that coming out on Switch, I will only have one of those games left to play, and Sunset Overdrive. Speaking of Sunset Overdrive, that was done by Insomniac, if I remember correctly.
Excuse me one second. 27th for the listeners. It's the 27th for Ori and the Blind Forest on Switch.
Speaking of Sunset Overdrive, that was done by Insomniac, who are also purchased by Sony outright today.
Which is not surprising.
Yeah,
no,
I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened already, to be honest.
Right. Like, I think that's more surprising than the fact that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
I think everybody's in that camp.
it's smart though because of Spider-Man being successful and Ratchet and Clank
Yeah.
being there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a smart move by them. So, and I mean that means they probably get Sunset Overdrive now too, or whatever sequel they get to that, because
Yeah, they
Insomniac
probably
owns the
already
IP
have it
now.
in development.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if Insomniac owns that IP, please bring that to PS4. But yeah, I'm I don't know. Part of me is like super happy about this, and part of me is not, just because I sort of like the idea that Insomniac sort of worked by themselves. Um,
Well, if Sony's smart, they just let them do their thing.
sure, and that's that also is like if everything sort of stays as it is, which we're getting to the point where a new generation's about to start, and it could very well go tits up for them. But I've always liked the idea that Insomniac could just choose what they wanted to do. They could do whatever they want when they wanted. I just hope that Sony doesn't force them to make a whole bunch of Ratchet and Clank games that they don't want to make now, because I know that's always been sort of a thing that folks from Insomniac have said. They're like they never want to make another Ratchet until they make another Ratchet.
Yeah,
And I just hope they're not like hamstrung.
that's understandable. I mean, I feel like Sony is the type of developer owner who's just like, okay, like obviously it needs to make money, but if you want to try something different, try something different. Like Sucker Punch, Ghost of Tsushima is kind of it's similar to the infamous games, but it's definitely different. So it's nice that Sony's just kind of like, hey, y'all do what you want as long as it's a great game. We're happy with what you're doing. You
Yeah.
know, so I think Sony being in it as long as Nintendo has gives them the edge over Microsoft stuff. Like Microsoft is still, I think Microsoft is slowly coming around on the. We also need to put out creative stuff instead of just we need to put stuff out that's going to make money. And if it doesn't make money, Microsoft is just like close it, close it, close it, close it. Get rid of get rid of the game, get rid of the game. That's their MO. And now, Phil Spencer's done a great job, and Microsoft's bought up a bunch of studios, and Microsoft has now got a partnership with Nintendo. Like, hey, here's Cuphead on the Switch. Here's Ori and the Blind Forest on the Switch, and they're finally like, hey, we can make even more money than we are, but we can also forest a good relationship with developers to develop, really good IPs for our system. Like, I'm kind of sad, kind of happy and sad for Double Fine that they got bought by Microsoft, because I won't be able to play their games on PS4, but
that's not true. Microsoft said Double Fine games are going to be multi-platform.
Well, then I take that all back, and that is awesome.
See, now this actually leads really well into something I wanted to say. If I am like, I am not the Sony fanboy that Moose is. We can. I'm not saying I'm not a Sony fanboy, because I am, but I will say this: if I'm honest with myself, I'm kind of jealous of Microsoft that Phil Spencer is their head, because he's so about games, and there's still so much. Like, I'm not saying Sean Layden's done a bad job, because he really hasn't, but he sort of inherited, a shit ton of goodwill, and I feel like goodwill is headed towards Microsoft at a very, very steady clip.
It ebbs and flows.
It does. But like, I just like, I really like Phil Spencer a lot. I just want to say that. I think maybe that's really just what I wanted to say. Phil Spencer's all right in my book.
Like, he's coming around, he's pushing the gears and the Halo for the gear and Halo heads. That's like, we know multiple people. Like, we know, like, Jesse White. I know a buddy of mine from Richie Tutti's stream. They just buy Xbox for Halo and Gears. That's all they play. Yeah. And that's awesome. They're doing a great job catering to them, but they're also doing a job to cater to gamers who are like, that's all you have on the system. Like, okay, well, I'll wait 2-3 years till the game comes out to buy it, and they're actually foresting good relationships with developers to put out other types of IPs, which is great. I mean, that's awesome. And plus, I need that. I want that. I want Microsoft to get off their fucking heels and start throwing some punches back at Sony so that Sony actually has to react and start doing better stuff. Competitive. They have to be competitive. Like they have, in my opinion, beaten Microsoft into a bloody pulp this generation, and it's like they need to come out swinging next round. Both need to come out. And you know who win. And I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You know who wins when that happens?
Gamers.
All gamers.
Yeah.
All gamers, period. And that's what I want. Like, if you like Halo and Gears, more power to you. But that's not my thing. So I'm over on Sony playing what I play. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll be honest. You know, after today, the only thing left for me to buy on an Xbox that I would want to play is Below, and that is probably coming to Sony eventually because Microsoft screwed the pooch with Drinkbox, and so it'll eventually come over, and I'll just play it whenever it comes over to Sony. You know,
I thought Below was Capybara.
It is.
You're right. I'm sorry, Capybara. I apologize.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you for correcting me.
I think there's about 100 other games that are better than Below in that category of game.
Yeah.
Right. No, so like I have Cuphead on my Switch. I will probably get Ori and the Blind Forest on my Switch. So like, I mean, and then when I build my gaming PC, I'll be able to play anything else that Microsoft puts out first party because they're going to put it on the PC as well. Yeah. So I don't need to buy their box, but I will still support them in buying their IPs that look really fucking cool that I can play on PC. You know?
Yeah.
And I think Microsoft is doing a better job of getting out of the sea of sameness because they are partnering with Nintendo, and they are like, no, we bought Double Fine, but no, don't worry, like we're gonna triple dip. Like their games will be available on Switch, their games will be available on PS4, and when those sales cha-ching, we're gonna be getting that money.
Well, I think they saw what happened with Minecraft in doing that, and they're like, okay, so this is a revenue potential that we have. Right. Now we can't expect every game to be Minecraft because what is?
Right.
But at least, put it out other places, every cent adds up to $1 eventually. Mm-hmm. So I think we can move to game time now, unless anyone has anything else to add.
No, I mean, I'm good. The indies look phenomenal. So
I do want to shout out and say that Yoku's Island Express and Devil May Cry 5 are now on Xbox Game Pass. So if you have an Xbox and
Yoku's Island Express is good.
It's true.
Devil
Metro
May Cry
Pinball
is not my thing, but it's gotten great reviews, so check it out.
Yeah.
So, I have it on PS4. I haven't.
Which I'm like weird. Like I love the first one, and I tried playing Devil May Cry 5, and I got like 20-30 minutes into it, and I'm just like, I don't want to play this, and I just quit. And which is sad, and it's not. It's just me personally. It's not the game. Like a lot of people are enjoying it thoroughly, so get out there and at least try it.
Yep.
So Corey, we'll start with you. What have you been playing?
Okay, well, I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends lately. That's Mike. I
apparently a lot of people were pissed at them this weekend.
Yeah, I don't care. You know what? Where was I going with this? Oh, Mike.
Either that or it was just a bad Polygon story, whichever way you want to go.
Probably little column A, little column B. I'm sure they said something somebody didn't like, and then somebody blew it out of proportion, and then it just became a thing. I didn't read it, so I don't know what's going on.
I didn't read it either. I just saw a lot of people I follow on Twitter talking about it.
So I convinced my cousin to download it, and I was trying to teach him show him how to play it and everything, and he is a big fan of Titanfall and didn't really realize put the two together that they were the same kind of deal.
Developer.
Yeah, so that's we played that, and then Played some Halo multiplayer this weekend, so that was a good time. Kind of played around in the Master Chief Collection a little bit, and that's still like a great package of games. If you're a Halo fan, like that with that, and then Reach coming soon, like man, that is a good package. So, and it's all available on Game Pass, by the way. If you even ODST and Reach when they end up dropping, or ODST's out, I think already. But so I played a little bit of that, and then
ODST : the best Halo game.
True, fair, yep. And I think Halo Infinite is going to move that direction, so that's a good thing.
Awesome.
What else did I play? Fire Emblem. I'm like 55 plus hours into Fire Emblem now.
How are the Black Eagles?
They are causing a ruckus. They are
awesome.
They're murdering people. They're
sweet.
They're being real imperial. I don't want to spoil anything because I know a lot of people that listen to this are playing it, and like I know they're not choosing that house. Some of them aren't choosing that house, but like, yeah,
I think eventually they all sort of their stories all sort of weave together, right? It doesn't negate playing as each house,
right?
But
it's the same.
Everything has to come to a head, right?
It's the same story from different perspectives, is what
right.
It is. So,
yeah.
There's a few branching paths depending on conversations you have too. So, and that's within each house also. So, there's a lot to this game that I think people are still going to dig up maybe 3-4 months from now. It's going to be really interesting to see. So, I mean, I
almost started it this week.
Almost? Did you install it? Did you plug it in or put the cartridge in? Did you unwrap it?
Cartridge is in the Switch.
Or did you just stare at it and be like, I should play that
then
at some point?
Something happened. I'll explain it once we get to it.
It's Binding of Isaac.
No, it's not actually. No, this is not Binding of Isaac's fault. Believe it or not, Moose. Anyway, what else you got, Corey?
I played some Destiny 2 also.
Sweet.
All kind of streaming stuff and I spent most of my week trying to figure out how Mixer works.
Okay.
And
that's a game in and of itself.
Well, I mean, it's a lot easier to use than Twitch is. Let me tell you that. Except for the simple fact that my graphics card is out of date for streaming. Or not graphics card, my capture card. So had to order a new one, which sucks.
Okay.
Which really sucks. So because I had to do this really weird workaround, and I can only stream at like 900p and 30 frames a second. And when you're playing Apex or Fortnite or Halo, like that's not something you really want to watch.
Right.
So I just got a new one. It'll be fine at some point. I don't really have anything like new to discuss because like there's games coming out that I'm excited to play that I'm sure I'll be talking about in the next couple weeks, like Control, Gears 5.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I keep forgetting about Control. That game looks so
good. Yeah, it does look really good.
Link's Awakening. All these games.
Like,
games are starting to come out, guys. It's scary time. Yeah.
Madden has come and gone. That means the tidal wave is incoming.
I don't even know.
It's gonna hit like in a couple of weeks. Borderlands 3 is out, so
I don't even know if like Madden even hit as hard as it should.
No, Madden.
No,
Madden.
It was probably like a.
I was listening to Last Life podcast, and when Kenny mentioned Madden, Hayden goes, I get it. People like fucking Madden. I don't like fucking Madden. I don't know if anybody here likes Madden, at least like that. But the point is that Madden is the landmark on the calendar that heralds the incoming of games. It's not whether or not Madden's actually good. But Madden has come out, and games are coming.
Yeah. So I skipped.
Did I just ruin somebody's lunch because y'all are looking at me real angry?
I'm not looking at you angry. I'm mad at Madden. I wish Madden was good. That's all.
Don't we all?
Well, I think it's good, but I wish it was competitive. How's that sound? It was better.
They,
Instead of
they,
them-
they need competition in that
There's no
space.
competition out there to push them to make it way better, and it's just. But like Corey, you and I have beat this dead horse.
Give you Madden 2004
Like
with
give
PS1
me a man
controls.
where it's just easy.
I'm telling you, dude, Madden
too old to
2004
do it.
and 5 is like the best time.
But it's not that I'm too old to deal with it. It's just I have time constraints, and if you're gonna sit there and make me learn your fucking controls, I'd rather go play Bloodborne, or I'd rather go play Borderlands 2, or I'd rather play another game that I know and enjoy than fucking learning your controls. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. So,
anyways,
I don't know.
Arcade sports games are fun.
Blitz the League.
Yeah, there we go.
Cocaine.
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Hey, Lee's in the chat. Hi, Lee.
Hey yo, Lee, what's
Okay,
up, buddy?
so Moose, what are you playing?
All right, so mine's gonna be quick, but not too quick. So I am in Atlanta
That's what she
until next Friday, and I have nothing but my Switch.
Hot Atlanta,
So
epicenter of the Dirty South.
yeah, well,
You and Outcast just hanging out, right?
yeah, dude, we fucking roll every night, man.
Yeah, you, Andre, big boy.
So I did a little something this weekend.
Oh boy.
I bought some games.
Oh boy.
Okay. So first of all, I got to give a shout out to Joy Masher. Okay. They do some retro games. They've got Oniken, Odalis, and Blazing Chrome is their latest game.
Yep.
Check out our interview with Danilo Notis Diaz
Nerds Gone Platinum.
on Nerds Gone Platinum. We had a conversation with him about Blazing Chrome, which is awesome, and how Genesis is huge in Portugal. That's where he's from. And so his games are also not only on consoles, but they're also on Steam mainly because more people build PCs there than buy consoles. So anyways,
Just want to say, I think he's from Brazil, not Portugal.
Oh, he said, okay. You're probably right.
It's okay. It's all right.
You are right. He is from Brazil.
That's okay.
Anyways, so he develops games like their old school Genesis games. So anyways, I picked up Oniken and I picked up Odalis, and I've played some Odalis, and it's fun. They're on sale on the Switch right now for $5 each. They're 50% off. I highly recommend checking them out. They're pretty cool. They're badass. So I bought those, and I've been playing those. I also bought a game. Have y'all heard of Butcher?
Yes.
So Butcher is like a 2D side-scrolling Doom.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, it looks pretty chaotic, or at least it can
It's
be
pretty chaotic, and it's pixelated, and it's like, it can get crazy. That's also on sale. That's why I picked it up. It's been on my list for a while, and I was like, oh, hey, it's on sale. I'll nab it. So I picked that up, and then I also nabbed Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, you
Not
did.
played it yet, so I don't know if it's everywhere, but the Walmart near me here in Atlanta had it for $49.94, and I had a $10 Walmart gift card, so I got it for like $40. I'm sure it's like pretty much anywhere, and I got the travel edition, which is like the special edition with a little like traveling guidebook, which is cool. I was like, oh, I like collector's editions. That's what I use. Like if I'm buying physical games on Switch, like I usually buy the collector's version of it, like I did with Binding of Isaac, which is amazing. But so I basically got to the part where I got the Odyssey, spoiler alert, I got the Odyssey up and running. So I beat like that boss, and now I'm just ready to go do my thing, which is cool. And then I bought another little game called Forager, Forager. Sorry.
I'm saying that's not how you spell that, but okay.
Having anything for dinner, and I'm gonna. But anyway, so it is kind
welcome.
You're welcome. It's kind of like Minecraft and Stardew Valley and stuff like that. So you basically just start out on this island and you have a pickaxe. And I think the game's kind of like we're a video game, so we're just gonna defy the law of physics, and you have a pickaxe that never like breaks or anything like that. And so like you sit there and you farm stuff and then you build things and it helps you pick out like what you're gonna build. And then it's like you have a stamina meter. So like you have to eat food, so you have to like find food, but there's berries on the island. And then there's like the game does like a cool thing where it tells you you should build this, like a forge. So you should build a forge so that you can like melt stuff down and build stuff. And then you could build like this that will help you build other stuff. And then you can melt down the golden ore that you found and make bars, and then you can take the bars and turn them into coins. But anyways, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I've watched the trailer and I think it's the later game stuff that I'm looking forward to. But as you make money, you as the ore, like the gold ore like spawns, like you can buy land around your island, and then like you can just go from there. So it's pretty cool. I think it's $20. It was $20 on Switch. I think it's on PS4 now currently as well.
I just want to point out that before we started the show tonight, while Corey was diligently setting everything up, the childlike joy that came from Moose as he was playing Forager, it was adorable.
I know.
It's like, hell yeah, I got an onion.
I can just see him like sitting like behind like parents' couch, like playing.
Like,
I got an onion.
Like I just like in my mind's eye, I just saw like 9-year-old Moose Indian style in front of a CRT TV with a controller going, yeah, I want glass.
That's what I said. I want glass. No, the reason I want glass is so I can build a bottle so I can capture the fireflies at night.
I know.
Need that shit.
I know. No, you explained it. Like I understood all of it, but it was just like none of it. It was just like pure, unironic, like enjoyment. And it's something I don't see very often. I was glad I got to see it tonight. Thank you, Moose.
Welcome. But anyways, that's all I've been playing. I'm in Atlanta, like I said, till next Friday. So the next thing I will be playing, besides those games I've talked about, will probably be Conan Chop Chop, which comes out the 3rd, which is the day after Labor Day. And then after that will be Blasphemous, which we talked about, which is launching on PS4, Xbox, and PC on the 10th and the 26th on Switch. I might double dip on that. Don't tell the wife. Anyways, so be playing that, and then it's Borderlands. Mm-hmm. So like I'm kind of like trying to enjoy things, and like I said, we mentioned earlier where you could trade in your Switch and spend $75 and get the newer one. I'm gonna do that when I get a chance, but just having a good time with the Switch, So, but anyways, that's that. That's what I've been playing. Matt, what have you been playing?
Well, gentlemen, a lot of Binding of Isaac. Actually, had an interesting occurrence. Listened to Nerds Gone Platinum last week, I think, and Jason mentioned that. Yeah, Matt said when I was off, he was going to play games with me, but I never see him on. So I'm like, oh, crap, I did say that. And I like messaged him, told him I felt bad, and I need to actually stop playing Binding of Isaac for a little bit. Anyway, he and I decided to start co-oping Neo. And
he did say that. He texted us and he said, hey, I'm playing Neo, with Matt right now. And I'm like, oh.
And to be fair, to be 100% fair, I think I'm doing the same thing I did for your first run in Bloodborne, Moose. Where
I kind of had that feeling. I didn't want to tell him that, but I had that feeling.
It doesn't. I mean, well, see, here's the thing. There's a lot to get your head around in Neo, and I basically opened up the argument with said, hey Jason, you want to play a game where you can probably get a bunch of trophies and that'll help you with trophy time every week. And he's like, yeah, I want to do that. I go, okay, just sit back. I'll bring in my new game plus character to your Neo game, and we'll just run through it. He's like, that sounds perfect. And so we've been doing that. We've got through a couple of regions. We were going to play that last night, basically the whole night, but his power went out, so we weren't able to do that. So I took the opportunity to do something a little different. I went to space.
Ooh.
Put on my virtual reality, my PSVR,
Ooh.
and I started up No Man's Sky.
Ooh.
How was that? How was that? I'm
And
intrigued.
let me tell you,
Did you play the Brontosaurus or the Jurassic Park harmonica Brontosaurus song?
no, fuck you. No, I actually I did like a little ritual. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get to the point where I just have to hit start, and then I'm gonna get headphones. I set up a playlist on Spotify of like a whole bunch of like what you see behind you, behind me, which is like post rock and a lot of instrumental, like very serene and spacey stuff, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, there's a song on this album. The band is Sigur Rós. The song is called Happy Pola, I believe. They're from Iceland. When you start up that game and you see the stars coming at you, and you hear the opening piano of that song, I pretty sure I had a smile that reached both ears, and it never stopped the entire time I played.
Ace.
I started taking pictures fucking immediately. Like, oh, it was so good to be back in that game in virtual reality. And
because you have the platinum.
Oh yeah, I have platinum. I am totally not worried about getting anything done anymore. I am just going to.
You're just experiencing it.
I'm gonna go to space. Like that's what I'm gonna do. And I will say, I will report this. It did start to experience a bit of motion sickness.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if it was motion sickness or the fact that I hadn't eaten in forever.
Probably the latter.
I'm guessing it's probably the latter because I don't get motion sick very often.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try again when I am if I'm by myself and not playing with Jason.
Yeah.
And I will report back. But yeah, No Man's Sky was good when it came out. I haven't interacted with any of the stuff that's come out since, so I can't say if it's better. I can't say if it's better or not, but still good today. And for everyone that was so mad at them, you were wrong. I'm sorry for you.
Well, I feel just to touch base on that a little bit. Like I played it when it originally came out, like you did. I didn't go balls deep like you did in Platinum.
Oh, yeah.
Like I had a good time with it, and then I kind of got away from it. It was like I kept my expectations low. Like,
yeah,
smart enough to keep my expectations low, and I know you were. And so you and I went into it and were able to enjoy the game for what it was. So yes, it is a good game if you just if you just go in and have a good time. But then when they dropped Next, which was when it came out to PC and Xbox, like adding the third person, and Jeff and I played it.
You co-opted a little bit, right?
You co-op. Like the co-op was pretty fucking fast.
Oh, that's good.
It wasn't like sitting around waiting to connect. Like it was like you're in each other's worlds. You're running around doing stuff. I mean, Jeff was stealing shit from like a monument, and the robots were coming after him, and he's yelling. He's like, get away, as he's running by me, and I'm just like, I ain't with him. I ain't don't. I don't even know what he's doing because I'm over there like farming like minerals and stuff.
Like, yo, dog, I'm just over here getting a spherite. You get, I don't know what.
Like, I'm just getting oxygen, and
I don't care about learning whatever language that monument's about to teach me.
Yeah. Like, if you want to take him to jail, that's fine with me. I don't care. But anyways, so yeah, we played some co-op. So the Next was awesome, and I was mainly like when No Man's Sky got announced, I originally was like, this game needs to be in VR because they talked about VR and they were talking about the game. I'm like, this game needs to be in VR, and finally now with Beyond, we get VR, and I mean, it's awesome that they, like everybody that's already bought it on PS4. I haven't paid for anything.
Yeah.
And there was also an expansion called The Abyss, which took you underwater, which you were fighting underwater creatures. And I'm like, that's freaking badass.
Yep. I can't. That's the next thing I want to do. I want to find me a water planet.
Right. And so I think they've done a tremendous job I think they've done a good job of keeping their mouth shut and just doing the work to make the game I don't want to say better, but more accessible to the larger crowd that they were trying to appeal to before the game came out. If that makes sense. Like they kind of like Sean Murray kind of like,
yeah, I can't really sit here and say he didn't dig himself a hole.
Yeah, like he dug himself into a hole, and I feel now he is finally able to like climb out of that hole and be like, here's this amazing game. Not that it wasn't amazing when it first came out, it's just you had to temper your expectations.
Yeah. I mean, and like a lot, I mean, like getting back to what Corey said about the Jurassic Park meme that came out, like that is, I agree that it was super hilarious. And, you know, the vertical slices we were shown versus what we got, there's some disparity there, but also I think that sort of points to the nature of procedural generation where, and because I'm not super into the proc gen scene, as it were, because there's a lot out there in terms of procedural generation and a lot of people doing really great work. I forget the guy's name. I think it's Mark Johnson, but he's doing a procedural generation game called Ultima Ratio Regum. And I've not played this game because it's only available on PC, but looking at what he does in this game and how far his procedural generation goes, like it shows that procedural generation is still very young. And it's still very, for lack of a better word, chaotic. And there's going to be a ton that shows up incorrect. And the like No Man's Sky procedural generation actually points to why like procedural generation in Binding of Isaac and Spelunky, and even to a degree Chasm, like points out to why their massaging of procedural generation is actually good and necessary. But that's a conversation that I could definitely stumble my way through and get a shit ton wrong. So I think I'm going to leave it there. And we're going to go to the questions. So if you want to ask us a question, nerdsgonerogue@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter @nerdsgonerogue, Instagram @nerdsgonerogue_official. And you can ask in our Facebook groups, on Discord, anywhere. All that stuff is at the top of the show. We're going to start with the most wonderful man in the Netherlands, Jurgen von Bunnigan. He's asking, is there anything I need to visit during Gamescom? Gamescom, number one.
Just
go to Gamescom.
Yeah, you're going to Gamescom, man. I can't, like, I don't.
German sausage and beer.
Like, I feel like, is it in Germany?
Yeah, it's in Cologne.
Fucking drink some. Well, he doesn't drink, so never mind.
But
no, you know, do your thing.
Look, man. If you're gonna go to Gamescom, go to Gamescom. Visit what you want. If you're gonna wait for AAA games, be prepared to wait for a while. That's just my guess. I've never been to a game convention other than board games, and try some indies because
Yeah, I know he likes indies. So there's some games out there. Like I recommend checking out The Risk of Rain 2 if it's there, because that just got announced for Switch later this summer, and I have a feeling it's going to be on home consoles later in the year, if not early 2020.
let's hope
which,
so.
which would be nice. Like that game looks awesome. Like we always talk about, like, man, I miss Helldivers. I miss Helldivers. I wish there was no Helldivers. I feel
Well,
like
Risk of Rain has up to 4, right?
what's that?
It has up to 4, right?
Yeah, so it's like a traditional four. It's like
4-person roguelike?
yeah.
Come on.
And so I feel like this could be our next, like legit, our next Helldivers until Helldivers 2 is eventually announced and then released. Which is just a matter of time because they've been kind of quiet, Arrowhead Studios, which is fine.
But they've been staffing up, so something's going on.
Yeah, like some bigs coming, and I have a feeling like they had a huge hit with Helldivers. Helldivers is a tremendous amount of fun. So I have a feeling it's going to be Helldivers 2. If they try something else that's kind of similar, that's cool. If they try something different, but it's just as good, that's awesome. I'll still buy it. But like my next main investment from them is going to be Helldivers 2, which has got to be on the horizon. Maybe it's a launch title with the PS5 because Helldivers was exclusive to PS4 until it came out on PC. So they might have a good relationship with Sony on that. But anyways, Risk of Rain 2, check it out. Check out more indies. I mean,
check out the stuff you
obviously-
haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Check out the stuff you haven't heard of.
I mean, obviously, like Borderlands 3 is probably going to be there, so check that out because I know he's excited about it just as much as we are because he loves the Borderlands series. So check that stuff out. Definitely check out. I'm telling you, check out Blasphemous. It's probably there because it's launching in September, but just check it out, Jurgen. I think you're gonna like it. It's a 2D side scroller, but it's still awesome. I recommend that totally. So,
Corey, your thoughts?
I don't really have any. I don't know. I hear it's sweaty there, so stay clean. Take showers.
well, I feel like Jurgen's one of the few people that actually knows how showers work. Not few, but like going to a convention.
Yeah.
I go
Like
like
I've been to a few
sweaty and
conventions
smelly.
and it can get kind of sweaty in there, and for some people they don't care.
Well, here's my thing. I'm in a hotel room.
Uh-huh.
I take like 10 showers a day and I don't give a fuck. So
Right.
that's the thing. If you're staying at a hotel like Corey did for PAX, like take 2 showers if you
I
need
did.
to.
Well-
Like when I went to PAX, we every single person that stayed in the room took a shower in the morning when we woke up before we went, and then we all took one when we got back. So
Right. Because you're like you said, it gets sweaty, it's hot in there. I mean, you got a lot of 90-degree people running around.
Well, I mean, when I went to PAX Unplugged with Reba, like I don't think there were near as many people. Well, that's probably a complete fact. There were not near as many people as there would have been at like PAX East or PAX West or Gamescom for that matter.
Yeah.
But like when you get a concentration of people together, it gets hot because of
It's steamy, it's sexy,
because
it's
of
smelly.
carbon dioxide release and stuff in physics. And
Yeah.
people fart too. I don't know.
Yeah. Physics.
But there's a lot going on. Just keep yourself clean because Max Plague is real. I don't know what Gamescom has in response to PAX Plague. Let's just hope it's not near as severe. I'm going to move on to the next question. The man, the myth, the legend, Deshaun Malone. Yo. What shows are you currently watching on the reg? That's his first of 3. Corey, I think you're muted because I don't hear you.
sorry, I muted myself because my wife walked in and I was
That's all good.
speaking with her. I'm watching The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Heard that's really good.
It
Just
is.
started it last night.
It's really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm like 4 episodes in, so it's pretty good. It's basically if corporations held superheroes or gave superheroes jobs, and maybe your heroes aren't always the good guys, and they sometimes have to do what the corporations want them to do instead of,
what they should do.
Yeah.
Instead of the right thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's pretty good. I'm really liking it a lot. So I've been watching that, and then what else have we been watching? My wife and I regularly watch Ink Master. So it's
the tattoo show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
That's the one that Dave Navarro does. The guitarist from
Yep.
Red Hot
it
Chili
was in the
Peppers.
Chili Peppers, but
Jane's Addiction.
Jane's Addiction. Thank you.
That's
what I was looking for.
Yep.
Cool.
So we're watching the new season of that, and it's
How many seasons is it in? Do you know off the top of your head? Okay.
15.
I know it's got to be like at least 10 or like it's up there.
Well, there's 2 seasons a year.
Okay.
And I think it's been going for like 10 or 12 years at least, so maybe longer than that. I don't know. So we watched that, and then I think that's pretty much all I'm watching. Sometimes we watch like Discovery Channel shows, like we watch Expedition Unknown.
Okay.
Which is like they go and try to find like secrets of like we're watching there's a 2-part episode on the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's what we're watching right now. So it's fun. The host is very full of dad jokes, and it's pretty funny. So
he's almost right up your alley. You
Yeah.
haven't been dad long enough
Yeah.
to have it be right up your alley.
Dude, let's stop right now, because I spent a day and a half with Jeff Glassen. That motherfucker
Is a dad fucking walking dad joke.
He's a walking dad joke.
I love him to death, but he is a goddamn walking dad.
And he's and I was so glad in person I got to give him shit about the Oninyaki thing, because like I was seriously pissed for like days after hearing that. Love you, Jeff. I'm not I don't really know if I'm watching anything on the regular. Like I usually put stuff on to attempt to fall asleep to.
Yeah. What do you fall asleep to?
Well,
That's same. I can't fall asleep unless the TV's on.
like
Really?
Yeah.
I originally tried like last week I was trying to fall asleep with like people on Twitch stream, and that wasn't working out.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually started watching Key and Peele again. And not that that's a bad show, because it's not, but it's actually pretty easy. Since I know it, I can just fall asleep to it.
Kind of like me and Bloodborne.
Yeah. And then when you brought up Dave Navarro, all I could think of is the valet sketch where they're talking about Game of Thrones. Corey, I know you've never watched Game of Thrones, but if you want a good recap of Game of Thrones, look up Key and Peele's valet sketch where they recap Game of Thrones, because they call Khal Drogo Big Dave Navarro, and then he's like, "Yeah, Big Dave."
That is Big Dave Navarro. That works.
But no, I've been falling asleep to that. I started the Golden Girls again because
Golden Girls.
Because why not?
Because I love them.
Why the fuck not, man?
Thank you for being a friend.
That's right. Nothing wrong with falling asleep to a bit of Rick and Morty. Show's still pretty good. Reba and I are also trying to plan our honeymoon, I guess. And so we're looking at. She loves travel shows. I really do not, but she's trying to get me to watch them so we can look at where we're going.
Right.
So what about you, Moose?
So I don't really watch a lot of shows. I mainly do like small bite-sized stuff. So I watch a lot of YouTube things. So if I'm gonna go on that tangent, I watch a lot of First We Feast, the burger show, because we all know the Moose loves burgers. That's why he's fat. It's also
I was just like, of course you do.
Yeah, like the audience is just like, of course he fucking does. So I watch that, and then I also watch Hot Ones. which is awesome. They just ended season 9 with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was a great interview. It was nice. I think Sean Evans, I believe his last name's Evans. I know his first name's Sean, but the host of that show just does such a great job with his research and like I don't want to say digs dirt. Like he's not the type of host that like tries and put the interviewees in like an awkward position. He just digs deep for like really cool questions.
Okay.
You're like half the time, like the interviewee's like, "Whoa, you really went deep on that question," you know. And so he does a good job of like researching his interviewees to like ask questions that they might not have answered before or something like that. So he's awesome at his job. So see, like I said, season 9, great show. It's called Hot Ones. They also have hot sauce that you can subscribe to a subscription box and get their stuff. I'd like to do that, but I think I'd probably get like to maybe their third hottest sauce and be like, I'm good. Cause like I like spicy stuff, but I'm like breaking into hotter things. Anyways, and then I just started The Boys last night. So I was playing Super Mario Odyssey and I was watching a Twitch stream and the person ended their stream like, well, there's no one on that I really want to watch right now. So I was like, I'll see if I can fire up Amazon. Fired up Amazon and loaded up The Boys and watched the first episode. I'm like 3/4 of the way through the second one, and it's good. Like I like it. It's like really good. I like it's got Carl Urban, who is awesome. He's a great actor.
Dude, he's so good in that show though, too.
Yeah. Oh, he's really good in the show, and he played Dredd in the latest iteration of Dredd, which I wish they would do a sequel because he was awesome in it. But anyways, he's good in the show. So I'm not familiar, and I don't know the other actor's name off the top of my head that kind of plays like a co-leading role to his.
You're talking
he's
about
basically
this straight-laced guy.
Yeah, so there's basically a dude that something happens to him related to superheroes, and his life gets flipped upside down, and so he's like slowly having the curtain like pulled back and like really understanding that like Corey said, like it's if corporations ran superheroes, which is pretty much what it is. And so, you know, he is just kind of like first episode, he's like, you know, being shown like what's going on. And so second episode, I'm like I said, I'm 3/4 of the way through. I should have finished it before I went to bed, but I was too tired. And so I think it's going to be good. What is it? I think it's only 8 episodes.
I think it's like 8 or 10.
Yeah, like it's not like 12 to 13 like a typical season is. But anyway, so I'm watching that, and then I'm patiently waiting for the latest season of Jack Ryan, which should start soon. Like they put a teaser out, and last year it ran in August, I believe, and so if it starts in September, that's fine. Let's get that out there. John Krasinski as Jack Ryan is freaking awesome. I love it. What's her name? The girl that plays the. I know Jason's gonna kill me for not knowing her name off the top of my head. But anyways,
Starlight?
what's that?
Starlight?
No. I'm talking about Jack Ryan.
Oh, the girl in Jack Ryan. Okay,
the girl in Jack Ryan, but she's awesome. So the series is really good. I'm looking forward to them building upon it. So hopefully that comes out soon. Abby Cornish, I think it is Cornish.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. But and then I want to watch. Have y'all seen that Carnival Row?
That's the new show about
new Amazon,
fairies,
but I mean it hasn't come out yet.
No,
but
it looks cool.
It comes out Labor Day, maybe.
I think it comes out the Friday before.
Yeah, it might be the Friday before like Labor Day weekend is what they've been advertising. And I'm looking forward.
It's the one with Orlando Bloom in it, right? He's like the main guy, kind of.
You are correct. Yeah, it is Orlando Bloom, and it seems like it's like the I don't want to say weirdos, but like the kind of people that inhabit it, you know, carnivals are like real, like fairies and like creatures and stuff like that. And so it's like you know,
it looks really interesting.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about it, so I can't wait to watch it.
Tell you what, Amazon's investing a lot of stuff into some cool shows.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So I'm excited about that. But other than that, it's like I do need to watch Stranger Things, but just haven't. Just because.
Yeah, I haven't watched the third one either.
I haven't even watched
Video games.
I don't even think we finished the first season, to be honest with you.
I haven't. I started the second season. I don't think I got to episode 2, and was just like, I'm good.
I feel like that show is like, I know we have like 100 more questions to answer, but I feel like Stranger Things really hits on a lot of the nostalgia of things that I have no nostalgia for, and I think that's why I don't really care for it.
Well, yeah. Like, it has a lot of nostalgia for me. Like, I watch it, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. But then, like, I sit down in front of my TV and I'm like, I can play video games and talk to Jason and Jeff in a party chat, or I can watch a show and I'm like, I'd rather sit and play video games and talk to Jason and Jeff or whoever's in the party. I don't want to exclude anybody. Anybody's welcome to join in if it's a public party, but it's it's usually just me, Jason, Jeff, and Justin chatting, or whatever. So.
All right, Deshaun's second question. Since y'all seem to be moving towards live streaming a lot of content, what are your thoughts on the future of the medium? How do Twitch and Mixer compare to YouTube's future? Super interested in this conversation. I mean, Corey, you're the only one who's used Mixer here, as far as I know. From what I've heard, it's basically the ease of using Xbox Live by comparison to Twitch.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Now, I'm not saying it. I'm saying like the way that Xbox Live was easy to use at the beginning.
Well, the way it's this pretty much the same way that PS4 uses like whatever broadcasting thing you set up for it, and you just hit share. Like, I mean, Xbox has the same thing. You just hit the broadcast button on the dashboard, and you can either broadcast a Mixer or Twitch or whatever you want, YouTube, whatever. But I actually set it up through. Well, I've had this really had to do this really weird workaround because my capture card is kind of like out of date a little bit, so I had to get a new one. But so I had to use this weird workaround where I have to stream to restream.io and then out to my Mixer channel because Mixer is not compatible with Elgato past a certain point or before a certain point, or OBS for that reason. So, I've been streaming at 900p and 30 frames a second on all games, which is terrible. But the user interface of Mixer is actually way cleaner than Twitch is because there's, how you guys don't really use OBS to use for streaming, but like
not yet.
When you go through Twitch's menus and stuff, it's like really cumbersome, and sometimes you don't know where to get your stream key. Like, how many times have we streamed on Twitch and I'm still like, man, where do I get the stream key? And I sometimes I literally have to Google a walkthrough every single time, whereas like on Mixer you just go broadcast dashboard and your stream key is right there, and you have to enter in your password to unlock it just in case somebody's like trying to hack into your account or whatever. But
that sounds pretty.
It sounds pretty elegant.
Yeah, it just needs to be user friendly. Like,
so I mean it's really simple. The channel, like just the display of your channel is just really clean and simplified, and you can hand out, like, they have like an interactivity thing other than chat where like you can give out sparks to your fans, and you can have polls and contests within your chat during your stream where you can hand out sparks, which are used to like quote unquote buy gifts or subscribe to people, like
or sparks the same as bits.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. No embers.
Some biddies. I'll give you some biddies if you show me them titties.
Nope, not doing that. No.
Well, you can't. It's
Well, they do have 18 plus only streams on Mixer. You set your thing to whatever you want, but
I didn't know that.
Mine are either family friendly, or if I'm streaming Nintendo stuff, it's usually family friendly, or if I'm streaming like Apex or Destiny or something, it goes to teen rated. Yeah. So, but there are adult 18 plus streams on there. Like, you can set your account up to do that.
Okay.
So I don't know, but it's cool. In like just streaming 3 days, I already have more followers on Mixer than I did on Twitch.
Nice.
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 Well, it's also probably because Twitch is oversaturated.
Yeah, that was my point. Is like Mixer is kind of still a relatively small community compared to YouTube and Twitch, and like Mixer streamers are usually willing to like collaborate with you and like really kind of help each other out and stuff. So I've already met a lot of cool people on Mixer.
Nice.
So,
If I'm 100% honest, if I had the option to change from Twitch to Mixer, I would, because Twitch has done some problematic shit.
yeah, that's another kind of reason that pushed me over the edge to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole, like, I don't really think we need to discuss it, especially with time constraints, but the whole Ninja situation was kind of shady.
The Dr. Disrespect situation.
Yep.
Like,
well, he's trash. So
sure, but see, Twitch is supporting that trash.
It's also why we've gone back to streaming exclusively on YouTube for right now until we can figure out what we really want to do later.
Yep.
You know? So I mean,
and then let's bring YouTube in. It's not like YouTube's any more saintly than Twitch, because Lord knows some shit goes on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, but this is where our audience is as well. Like we did put up that poll and that question on Twitter, and we did get some feedback, and YouTube kind of almost unanimously got the vote. So.
Well, I mean, it sucks that it doesn't suck, but like YouTube is just the de facto place.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's not like we can live stream on our podcast service, or I would actually probably just do that, you know, like,
right.
Like if we could just live stream to Podbean and it go out to like Spotify and whatever, like nobody like, look how many downloads we get compared to like people actually watching our video. It's like very minimal.
Yeah.
You know, like the views we get on YouTube, it's literally just there for like, just to have a video version, because I like the way we look on this stream in particular. So
Corey likes looking at our faces.
Yeah, baby.
I just think it's the cleanest layout we've ever had, first of all. And this is just from a purely graphic designer / whatever thing. I think our stream looks really clean right now. It looks nice.
I mean, I don't know how any of this really compares to YouTube's future, because unless there's going to be another video platform that's really going to take a run at YouTube.
Right. Which probably won't. Like, here's the thing.
I mean, like, Vimeo is there for music, but I don't really know how competitive it is.
I think the way that YouTube is not shifting, but like more emphasis on like walkthroughs and you know, review videos and stuff, whereas Twitch or Mixer you go to for the personality and I think the Let's Play quote unquote crowd has moved to the live streaming stuff, whereas like you're not going to find a good walkthrough on Twitch or Mixer, right? You're just going to sit there and watch somebody play a game and talk to you. Like, that's the appeal. Yeah. So, my beverage is gone.
Oh, snap.
Okay, now Deshaun's last question, if you don't mind me moving on, is what is one game coming that you hope comes to Switch?
Oh, jeez.
Game that's coming.
Honestly, I think I would like to see a version of the Master Chief Collection. Because like I think, you know,
I mean,
to play those campaigns on Switch.
That would be pretty cool. Like, I would play them again.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
shit, if they could fucking put Doom on the Switch.
I mean, I know
Moose, it's extremely hamstringed. They could do the Halo series.
Yeah, I mean, I know Moose is laughing, but I mean, and I know like the online connectivity stuff barely works on Xbox. How's it going to work on Switch, right? But like, I think
if you're not there for the online, the campaigns are. I mean, those first few Halo campaigns are really good.
I did laugh But I laughed just because I was like, Halo on Switch, but then it's like,
Yeah.
oh well, we got Cuphead and we got Ori, so it's like maybe
And
Microsoft's
Banjo.
like, hey, we'll put Master. I mean, they could totally put Master Chief on there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who knows? Like that would be cool. to have
Imagine if Microsoft was the one to break down that door.
Oh God.
They did. They basically kicked it in, and Nintendo was like, like we'll let this happen.
No,
Basically,
Microsoft
just-
kicks down that door, and Nintendo's like, "We're still not putting Mario on Xbox."
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like they were like, how could Microsoft was like, how can we get a piece of the action on this this hot selling new system because ours is selling like shit, and they're like, oh, let's put one of the only games that people want to play, or two of the only games, that we have that people want to play on your system. So I don't know.
I mean I think that's a cool shout, Corey. I genuinely do.
I agree with that. I think that would have to be mine too, because I can't think of any games off of the top of my head that are coming out that aren't already coming out on Switch, like indie wise or whatever. Like, I mean, hopefully Helldivers 2 is multi-platform, so it'd be cool to see it on Switch. But
I mean, it would, but like I can't think of any games that are coming out that aren't already coming, like especially indies that aren't already on Switch.
Right. Like, yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, there's no game that I can think of that's coming out indie wise that isn't already on Switch. So
Yeah.
I mean, well, actually, I'll do a game that's already out. It's been out for years. XCOM: Enemy Unknown. I want that on Switch.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was on.
There you go, man.
It was on Vita, wasn't it?
Totally do that.
No, it wasn't Enemy Unknown that was on Vita. It was Enemy Unknown Plus, which is like a severely dialed back one. But still, bring an XCOM to Vita,
right?
Or I mean to Switch. I would love that.
I mean, XCOM was also on iPad too, so
yeah,
just throwing it out.
Yeah,
they put Civ on Switch, so why can't they put XCOM?
I mean,
it might be in the works
with cross save.
We don't know.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. Hendrix Pasternak. Hey y'all, what games don't you like that are considered masterpieces by the gaming community?
I feel like we answered this question a lot.
We answer this question a lot, and I don't have a problem saying it. Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, Uncharted 2.
Witcher.
I have a few, but
I
actually thought of new ones since the last time we discussed this.
Most of the God of War series I actually don't like all that much.
Yeah, it's very over-sexualized, the first three, but then over-sexualized and violent. Not that
You mean you don't like having a foursome in the third game to gain health?
I mean, I guess
wouldn't that just waste your stamina? I mean,
I think it would waste your stamina, but it might get your health going back up. You never know.
Get your blood pumping.
I mean, I feel like there's a conversation we could have here, but I don't want to have it.
I feel like we're treading dangerous waters with this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
right. I don't like my famous one is BioShock.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna say you're gonna bring out the BioShock.
But other games I thought of recently, like I think Journey is one of those games for me where I just don't get it, I guess.
Last of Us for me.
Yeah, the Last of Us is another one for me. Like
Well, I think Journey for you, Cor. I mean, you're entitled to that, but I also think because you came to Journey so late.
I mean, I didn't though. Like when it came out, I got it and I played like an hour of it.
The way you would frame this up before, like you came after there was co-op, or after like everyone.
After the conversation, and then I went back to it, and I was like, I just don't get it. Like I just don't get it.
Okay.
Okay. So, but yeah, The Last of Us also is. I think Naughty Dog games in general for me.
Ooh.
Okay. I mean, like, Uncharted's fine, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're, like, masterpieces of whatever, I mean, the characters are fun, but, like, I don't know. I feel like I've played a lot of games with fun characters, I don't know.
I just feel like I've said it before and I'll say it. Just the shooting mechanics in Uncharted just feels
Yeah,
subpar, like extremely subpar.
agreed.
And
100%.
and I will, like, as a person who never had a PlayStation 3, when the Nathan Drake collection dropped, I picked it up. I started playing the game. It's like these shooting mechanics are like shit.
They
Yeah,
did.
I
They
Like,
did.
oh, you gotta play it. And the only reason I played the Nathan Drake collection was because like people were like, you need to play that before you play four, because you're gonna want to have the backstories and the banter and stuff. And I would say, yes, do that. If you want to play four and you haven't played the first three, play the first three, because it was great story wise and understanding the characters a lot more going into four, instead of just going in and not knowing like some backstory history. But even in four, I thought the shooting mechanics were like were really rickety. So I think they could have did a better job with that. I'm hoping Last of Us 2 has cleaner shooting mechanics. I think my biggest problem with Last of Us was the fact that, like, once you got discovered by a clicker, you were done. But so it's, and which means you wanted to be more stealthy, but it seems like Last of Us 2 is going to give you more options on and out if you get discovered. Like, you don't have to like oh, you get discovered and like that's it, like you're done, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, I like Last of Us for its use of tension. I thought the use of tension was really good in that game, and that was what sort of propelled me through it. But yeah, I mean, this is more about games that everyone else likes that we don't. I'm struggling to think of any more. I know that I have more, but I can't think of them right
Hmm. Hmm.
pretty sure there's one like just recently that everyone seemed to love, and I just
I mean,
did not.
Spider-Man also for me, right?
Oh,
Like
really?
I
You didn't
didn't.
like
ooh,
I
you
did.
didn't like Spider-Man?
Dude, like unless you were swinging, I thought the movement was bad. Like
ooh,
like walking or running around, like I just thought it was bad. Like the
I think
swinging.
that's kind of the point, though.
I mean the swing. It's you. Do you want to not move great in a video game? Like I
But
hate
when you're
games that can.
Spider-Man, you're supposed to be swinging around.
I know, but when you're like hopping around, like if you're walking around like buildings and stuff, like there's this one very specific instance where you're like in a. This is actually where I stopped playing, where you're in like a shipyard or whatever, and you're in this room investigating with the cop, and like just walking around trying to like investigate just felt terrible. Like it just feels. I thought Spider-Man felt really bad to
See,
control.
I know what sequence you're talking about. I don't think I actually walked. I think I just used my web to get everywhere. I just went and then pulled myself to it. That's different strokes.
So, I mean that was like the most recent one for me.
Oh, Assassin's Creed. A lot of people hold 2 up as a masterpiece. I fucking hate that game.
I think older Assassin's Creeds did not age well. Like I think Origins and more so Odyssey control how I like modern games to feel.
Mm-hmm.
But older games do not. Like I went back and tried to play Black Flag for something I was gonna do some sort of video on, and it does not control great, and that was like very disheartening to me because I love that game. If you love games and you haven't played it in a while, don't go back to them because a lot of the times they don't hold up.
All right, so let's move on. We have a new listener, gentlemen. His name is Steve Grohl. New listener here. I was wondering how you guys got into podcasting and making vids on the internet. Real quick story, Steve. This is my best impersonation of Corey. Hey Matt, want to do a podcast? That's how it happened. Granted, like I had also been on, I'd also hosted a podcast prior to Nerds Gone Rogue. It was Platinum Achievements. So it was really fun.
shout out to Platinum Achievements.
Yep. I do miss talking with those guys, but shortly after I left, I think it was kind of just done. But I miss Chris. I miss Imran. I miss Brian. I miss Antonio. That was fun. And I think if I had not done that, Corey would not have said, "Hey, Matt, I know you fell asleep during that raid in Destiny, but I'd like to do a podcast with you."
And here
I
we
know
are,
you
4 years later.
Yeah, and I know you got started before. I think you got started around the same time Platinum Achievements did with DNA stuff, Corey, correct?
When did we start? We started around the same time that like Nerd Overdrive was kind of starting.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a couple months in is when I started listening to them and then heard you on there, and
yeah.
So yeah, DNA stuff. I started I was actually trying to do stuff before DNA existed.
Yeah, you were writing.
Yeah, and so then like a bunch of stuff happened. We just kind of did it. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's quite a long story for a different time. If like I actually thought about writing about it. Like
you should
DNA 5 years later, because I actually went back to because I'm trying to like spruce up my personal website and portfolio stuff on my own website, and like I was trying to go through the DNA stuff and like work through, and I started watching some of the old videos that we were doing, and it was kind of nostalgic, and I like kind of like I there's something interesting about when and it's like, I mean, I love doing Nerds Gone Rogue and stuff, but there's an interesting dynamic when 4 people are in the same room and 4 microphones and like just at a table talking about stuff, like
yeah,
it was an interesting set of content that we made, and I mean, it's not like, looking back on it, it's not like great content, but it was fun. Like I enjoyed the work that went into it, and it's just a shame how it kind of like unraveled at the end, but that was an interesting start, I would say. So
yeah. Moose, how'd you get involved in this?
I got asked to be a guest on a podcast.
This is kind of just how it starts. You just ask.
Who did that?
And I was like, okay. And then like maybe 3 or 4 guest appearances later, oh, you want to be a regular? So I was like, sure. So I became a regular. And then Corey was off doing one of his little project things, and he birthed Nerds Gone Platinum. And I get a message from Captain Canada, who will return one day, and it was, "Why are you not one of the hosts on Nerds Gone Platinum?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I messaged Corey and I said, "Hey, do you need a co-host for Nerds Gone Platinum?" And he's like,
"You can have it."
Corey's like, "You can have it," because like he's like, "It's a great idea." He's like, "But I'm too busy." And I was like, "Well, I'll and I reached out. Me and Jeff and Jason were playing at the time, and I reached out to them and I said, "Jason, you want to be my co-host on this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And so
yeah,
we like 50 some episodes, almost 60. God, later, we got to be like 60 or 70 episodes later, and I see, and that's my other.
You guys have done 100.
Yeah, you guys are like,
wow, we've done 100. Jesus, see, my problem is like,
last week I published episode 112.
So like, I love doing the podcasting, but I am terrible at tracking any numbers, like any of that stuff, because
Clearly,
I'm just
you're like a year behind.
I'm like, I love our podcast. Yeah, we did do 100. That's right. It's just I love doing the podcast and all that, but I feel like if I pay too much attention to like what's going on, like I'm going to become super critical of myself and like the episodes and whatnot, and it's just not going to be fun anymore. So I just kind of like let it happen and let it do its own thing, Yeah. And Jason has done a great job of being the host. He's the man in charge now. Like I had to, he took it over when I got my job where I'm at now, and had to like work crazy overtime hours. And I'm just like, he's doing a great job. I don't need to do it, anything. I'll just show up.
Yep.
I'll just
So,
show up. It's fine.
yeah,
It's
it
fine.
works. It works.
I'm still glad I had the idea of making Jeff the third. I'm just gonna say it. I will continue.
Yeah.
I will continue to brag about that, even with that Oninyaki dad joke.
Yeah, he's a terrible dad joke, isn't he?
Yeah. God bless him. Yeah, I think we covered that one. So, you want to do a podcast? Just ask people.
Yeah, just like I think the greatest advice you can give somebody about doing a podcast is find something you're interested in and just talk about it. Like all three of us love video games. Granted, we don't talk about like music and movies a lot on the show. It tends to be video games, but find people that you enjoy being around and talking with, and then find a topic that you like, and you can make a podcast about anything.
It's true.
So and you can just be out there having fun, I mean,
especially for like the first few episodes, allow yourself to find a rhythm.
Yeah.
Don't try and regiment it. Don't try and
Also, don't record make sure you guys set a time. Like, okay, we want our show to be like maybe this long, and try to stick to that, because we did not do that our first 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes.
We went forever. Some of those shows.
I think our first episode was like 3 hours long.
It's 4.5 actually, and I took a half-hour nap midway through it. It was great.
That's the other thing. Just don't you don't have to think of like what are we gonna have segments of our show? What are they gonna be? Just talk about your topic. Pick like some things to talk about.
Or if you even have a topic, like just let a conversation happen.
Yeah, conversations happen. Like, hey, what are you playing today? And then just go off on a tangent. Tangents are fun. But then, like like Corey says, like I swear to God, I wanted to kill both of them when we were doing the early 20 questions. I was like, this is ridiculous, because I was in the throes of like working like 12, 14-hour days, and I'm like, I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to be up at like 5 o'clock to be in at work at like 6. I don't want to deal with 20 questions. And it was just like droning on and on. I'm like, this is what we need. And we had the regiment, and now it's a lot better, though. We haven't done 20 questions in a long time. But
we haven't done 20 questions because it's still Captain Canada's turn.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we need to wait for him.
Motherfucker decided to stop showing up when it was his turn.
In all fairness, I know. But I mean, it's just, I think like having just a conversation a podcast that has a conversational side to it where it can take its own flow is fine. But I agree with Corey where you have to be in a certain parameter. Yeah. Be like, okay, it's a 2.5 hour podcast.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to just like be different too, because like sometimes you listen to shows like, okay, I want to do like a weird new show or something, and it's like, why? So many other people do that. Do something different and unique. And like if you had like, we talk about new stuff sometimes, but that's usually because we have a question about it, or it might be important to talk about.
Or if it's something like today where like the indie world thing happened, and that kind of rings my bell, so I want to talk about it.
Plus, like if you like work or have a family and can't keep up with everything, like I have really found out a lot lately in the last year-ish, year and a half-ish, that you literally can't keep up with everything, even if you want to. Like, there's no point in trying to do that to yourself. So because like I've changed multiple shows just to accommodate things that maybe I can't keep up with anymore, like what I mean. So it's just be unique, be yourselves, be conversational, and like, look, granted, you're not gonna sound good on the first episode, so you need to probably try to be in about like within 5 to 10 episodes you'll find your rhythm and find a way to really enjoy it, and then that's how you do it.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I saw this, but I think it might have been in Phoenix Overdrive's Facebook group that someone had started a podcast, or he had tried a couple of times to start a podcast, and it got like 2 or 3 episodes, and then it just stopped. I think the other important thing I would say is it's not easy. It's easy to talk about, and it's actually easy to record an episode, but it's not easy to do in a weird way, because like all of us, we kind of have to commit to being here.
Yeah, we do.
Like, and like, you know, Moose, you do 2 shows a week. Corey, you do 2 to 3 shows a week, I think.
I do. Well, yeah, we'll go with that for now.
And like I only do the one podcast a week because you know I just don't have time for another one. I wish I did, but I don't. Maybe one day, but like it's still work to just manage to be there on time, and that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I would say, I'm going to assume that person doesn't listen, but if perhaps you do, like, make sure that anybody you decide to record a podcast with, make sure you set a time and place that you're going to be there and do it. And make that consistent.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everything else comes after that.
And don't also, like, even if you want to start a podcast, don't like be afraid to start one or do one by yourself too.
Yeah.
You know, because like, you know, Ed does his podcast by himself.
Absolutely.
He's been doing it by himself for years, right? Like years he's been doing it. And like, yeah, he'll have guests on. Like, you know, I'm recording with him tomorrow night for
Yep, I've been on his show.
And like, you know, but a majority of his show is just him by himself and talking about a topic for an hour and a half, sometimes longer. Like, you know, don't be afraid to do that either. Like, I'm thinking about doing something like that as well soon. Like, it probably won't be like a weekly thing, but just to get like, you know, I would like to do something where like maybe we interview people, or, you know what I mean? Something like on that, to that effect. And so, yeah, you know, it's always helpful to have people, your friends, come in and help you and talk about stuff. But, you know, if you want to do one, try it out by yourself. See what you want to talk about too. Do practice episodes. Do, you know, see what kind of, how you sound and what you think you should change about how you sound. Like, I know that kind of sounds like mean, I guess, but like, I can't tell you how many times I talk into a microphone and try to change how I talk because I don't like the way I sound when I talk. You know, a lot of the times I'm very monotone and very kind of like even keeled, whatever. But like, you know, just if you like doing intros to a show, if you don't feel comfortable hosting, find a host. That's why Matt's hosting the show, right? Because like, I don't really like how I host shows, but I feel like in all honesty, like, I always wanted to do a podcast, but I always feel like I'm a better Robin to Batman, right? Where you know,
you're more reactive and not proactive.
Yeah. So I feel better in that role. And if you feel better in a role, take that role, you know?
And like, there's a podcast I really like listening to. It's called Spawn on Me. And originally it was multiple people, but Khalif Adams is now doing it solo, and he's been doing it solo for months. And I think like if you want to look at Ed and look at Khalif and like see how they do it solo. I mean, it can work solo. I think if you're going to do a solo show, you kind of have to have your thoughts together.
Notes,
like
preparation.
Like me personally, I don't think I could do a solo show because the way I speak, I have a lot of pregnant pauses, and I tend to be better bouncing ideas off somebody than just speaking to myself. Like, and the fact that, you know, Ed and Khalif can do that, you know, that's a sign of skill. Like, it's a very clear and present skill to be able to do that.
Yes.
So, and if you I would definitely look at those two people to try and just take notes. Because I mean, hell, I when I was first hip to Khalif's show, and when he started doing his solo shows, like I was like, oh, now this is how I can learn.
Yeah.
And shout outs to them. And I'm going to move on to our final question. Megan Green, Patient Zero of Nerds Gone Rogue. Has your mood ever affected the way you enjoy a game? Have you ever not liked a game and then gone back to it later and loved it?
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
I don't. This isn't a direct example, but like Horizon is a game that I wanted to play, but with the Switch coming out and Zelda and everything, I wanted to play Zelda first, and I popped Horizon in for like a couple hours, and I'm like, I want to play this, but I'm just not feeling it because I'm in the mood to play Switch because it's the new hot thing and Zelda's the new hot thing, and I was just in that kind of mode, right? And so I went back to Horizon 3 months later, I think, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game so much. I think that game, and not that it is now, but like I think when that game came out, it was highly overshadowed by Zelda, and I always felt terrible about for them for that because they deserve so many things. And like the big joke at the Game Awards that year is like every year after that was like they got Horizon. It's a great game but didn't win anything, right? And which is sad because I think Horizon deserves all the praise and all the, like, if it came out any other year, that would have, I think it may have been a game of the year.
Came out any other year except the year later when God of War did.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like I feel like it had what it took to be a game of the year contender.
Oh, definitely.
Or
Definitely.
like winner, and it just got shafted by Zelda.
2017 was such a good year for games, though. It really was.
No,
like
I agree.
There were so many games that got shafted that year. Like there really were. Moose?
Probably Dark Souls.
I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure Bloodborne is that for you because you started it.
No. Well, no, I want to say no because Dark Souls I bought. I think it was like one of the first digital games I bought on 360 when they started offering like digital games on 360 in that gen, and kind of got into it and just wasn't in the mood for it, and because I was like, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what's going on, and because I feel like games lately have kind of done that hand-holding thing, and then like Dark Souls was like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that, which is fine because we, as I think a gaming society, have gotten away from just exploring and are now like, I need to know where I'm going, what I'm doing, what's going on. And sometimes it's nice to have that, and sometimes it's nice to just have like this adventurous side and just be like, what am I going to do, exploring, like figuring things out. So then it was Bloodborne. I started Bloodborne because I bought it in like the fall of 2015 or whatever. And then 2016 really stepped into it and started hitting it. I'm like, what the hell's going on in this game? Everybody's mad at me. Everyone's trying to kill me. I don't know what's going on. So I just kept playing. And then we hung out and became friends and started playing it together and platinumed it. Well, I platinumed it. But anyways, I went back to I started Dark Souls 3 and loved that game and eventually beat that. And then when the remasters of Dark Souls came out, I came back to it and started playing it and thoroughly enjoyed it, because I knew what was going on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that was a nice experience, but that's one of the games where I'm just like, at first, and I feel like I can't say it for sure yet, but I think it will, but like The Witcher will fall into that category. And I think with The Witcher, it's just because of the controls. I will say it to my dying day that the controls in The Witcher are fucking trash. Like, especially when you're going from a game like Bloodborne to The Witcher and the goddamn auto-targeting system in The Witcher, and you're just like, I don't want to target enemies. Like, why are you auto-targeting enemies? Just let me roll away. no, we're going to auto target this enemy and roll you into the enemy, and then you're going to die. And it's like, well, this is fucking stupid.
Yep.
And so, anyways, I want to go back to The Witcher, and I do want to play it and beat it just because I want to give it that chance. I've heard such good things about it. I did enjoy my time with it story-wise. Like I said, it's just I played it so I played Bloodborne so much that trying to jump to The Witcher was just like, no. Like, I don't even want to deal with these controls. So hopefully Cyberpunk, even though Cyberpunk will be more first person, hopefully it controls really smoothly. You know, that'll be nice. I mean, I'm actually looking forward to Cyberpunk. So it looks good.
For me, the only one I can immediately think of is actually The Binding of Isaac. When I played that on, I don't remember if it was PS3 or PS4. I think it might have been PS4. When I first played that, I think I got to a point where I could consistently get past the first 2 levels. Never really got to Mom, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if, I mean, I was still really new to roguelikes at that point. Like, I had played Rogue Legacy, I had played Spelunky. I'm pretty sure I'd played some others at that time, and was still trying to figure out, the language of that genre or style of game.
Mm-hmm.
And when there was a point where I came back, and I had multiple, failed runs, as you do. But I found myself unlocking something, because like the way Binding of Isaac works is you can perform certain tasks, and you can either unlock a new character, or you can unlock, items that'll show up, or that'll show up in the pool of RNG. It's not so much like Dead Cells where you're unlocking like specific weapons you can start with, or anything like that, but it just sort of expands the item pool that you can pick up. And when I started doing that, like that started, enforcing the feedback loop. And then when I unlocked the character Azazel, like that was where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and play as this thing. And then he, Azazel can fly, and he shoots lasers out of his mouth.
Lasers.
And that was where I'm like, okay, now I'm in, because like this is a character I was consistently good at. I consistently got to Mom with him. I was consistently doing a lot better, and then now like I'm to a point where I've gotten a whole bunch of marks unlocked on Switch. Next to nothing on PS4, but that's I'll keep playing it. But yeah, The Binding of Isaac was not to me what it is now. Like, I recognize it as something good and deep, but I didn't really understand the scope of that until later. And now I'm fully on board, and I fully want to get better at that game, and maybe eventually platinum it. I don't know. We'll see.
You should do
Cool.
it. Do it.
That'll be a long time, man.
Do it.
Like I thought of, like, we were, I don't remember who was, I think Lee on Facebook somewhere said he missed my morning streams. And I've actually thought about just playing Binding of Isaac on stream in the mornings again. But then Jason and I started playing Neo, so maybe I'll stream that. I don't know. I'll probably have to have a conversation with Jason about that.
Yeah.
But that's all our questions. Actually, no, it's not. Because I know Alan Heinen on Facebook asked, what is the worst album you've ever heard? And then he said, insert rant from Keel here.
Do you have
Either of you
time
have
for
an
this?
answer, or should I just go?
No, I do not have an answer. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
Just
Mariah
go.
Carey's
Yeah.
Christmas album.
I never even listened to it to even say it's bad.
I don't know. I'm just tired of hearing that song every year.
Yeah. I don't know why people think that's a good song. I really don't.
Because all she wants for Christmas is you, baby.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'd much rather hear Loretta Lynn's "To Heck with Old Santa Claus" because I get pissed off when I don't get what I want to. The worst album I've ever heard. When I saw this question, the only thing I could think of was the worst album I reviewed when I was at Mixdown. The group was Raheem, and it was an EP called Jungles. The fact that they were able to, perform the songs definitely says the band could play their instruments. However, what they delivered was some of the most derivative ass shit that I've ever heard. If you've never heard the band Gang of Four, you may end up loving Raheem. However, because Gang of Four are one of my favorite bands, at least top 20 of all time, I heard this. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They're basically playing I Found That Essence Rare or At Home She's a Tourist or whatever. Like they're playing Gang of Four songs, but using different lyrics. It is basically what people complain about the hip hop, art form. Is it's just, they're just using other people's to be famous. These guys were literally playing Gang of Four songs with different lyrics, and not only that, the lyrics weren't even good. They were just bad. They were just bad. They should have just been a Gang of Four cover band. So I'm just saying. But then again, the way Gang of Four is, they'd probably shut that shit down, and they'd be correct to shut Raheem down because Raheem was not good. And I don't even know if that's the worst album I've ever heard. I mean, I have listened to some Starland Vocal Band in my time, and Lord knows that's not fun. Depending on the company you keep, some people have tried to tell me ABBA is bad, and to them I've said, fuck you.
They're the best.
I mean, definitely one of the best singles bands in history. And then Justin Doss did ask, does this mean more PS4s will be sold now that Spider-Man's the only place where you can purchase it?
Yes.
I think it always was the only place you could purchase it. So
just throw him a bone and say yes.
So yes. And then he also asked, when will Captain Canada be back on? And when is he going to be invited back? And the answer is, you
probably have a better idea of that than we do.
You can walk to his house and ask him, because we keep inviting him, and I know he's going through some stuff, but we miss him.
I didn't mean to laugh at that, but
yeah. No, it's
I mean,
fine.
look, he has an open invite to come back when he's ready, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is it.
He is our fourth chair, so
always will be.
Yes. All right, but I think I mean, we can call 159 an episode at this point because it is after 11, and I should have left for work a while back.
Yeah, I was wondering that, but I mean, if you were going to keep going,
if he's just going to keep running.
I mean, it just means I won't be able to play Binding of Isaac before work. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So, yeah, this has been episode 159 of Nerds Gone Rogue. My name is Matthew Keel. You can find me at infinite_rewind everywhere. Check out everything we do, nerdsgonerogue.com. Corey will do the rest when he ends the show. We are giving away Astral Chain. Tune in next week when we do that.
Is that next week already? Jeez. All right.
What
day? It doesn't come out that soon.
No,
it comes out next. It comes out
Friday.
Not the Friday after this one, but we're giving it away on the Monday because that's when we record. Remember?
It comes out in September.
No, it comes out August 26th.
Yeah.
Or no, August 30th. I'm sorry, August 30th.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. Right. Holy shit. That's
Moose,
too soon.
Moose,
Too soon.
Tell us where we can find you and tell us about Nerds Gone Platinum.
You can find me at Sven on Twitter, Instagram, PSN Network. You can also listen to me, Jeff, and Jason discuss the PlayStation platform live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, roughly 9 p.m. Show goes live Thursday mornings at 7 on YouTube and the podcast service of your choice. You can also email us questions, comments, and concerns at nerdsgonerogue@gmail.com. You could tweet us at ng_platinum. Huh?
Nerds Gone Rogue at gmail.com?
Nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. What do you want? I'm tired.
I know, it's
It's
fine.
been a long day.
What's the phone number?
This
Corey, take us home.
All right, you can find me at CoreyNHG713 on Twitter, CoreyNHG on Instagram and Mixer. Please come check out my channel. I would appreciate the follow. That's all you got to do is click the heart. It's easy. And if you have an Xbox Live account, you already have a Mixer account. It's double easy. You can find Nerds Gone Rogue every Monday, edited in podcast form on your podcast service of choice, iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, and you can also find us live on Monday nights right here on youtube.com/nerdsgonerogue and nerdsgonerogue.com/live. I have to fix that link, but it should be there anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. You can also follow us on Twitter at nerdsgonerogue, Instagram at nerdsgonerogue_official, and visit our website, nerdsgonerogue.com. I think that's it. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. And until next week, we love you.
Banana and out.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I don't know how to stop the call. I mean, other than just hanging up on y'all.